Wednesday on Seattle News Tonight, we told you about a proposed ordinance in Everett to crack down on graffiti. City Council is considering a measure that would create a civil penalty for graffiti. Taggers who get ticketed would face a $250 fine and restitution costs. It's a way to hold more people accountable without the same burden of proof necessary for a criminal case. For police, the biggest concern is when it comes to graffiti that's gang tagging, and targeting those taggers is getting guns off the streets. I'm joined now by Everett PD Sergeant Dave Sinek. Sarge, thanks for speaking with us.
Happy to be here.
So let's talk about guns and gang graffiti. How are those two connected in Everett?
You know, over the years, I've been doing this type of work since 2018, and although those crimes can seem far apart, we have many cases where they coincide, and violence can come from a low-level crime like graffiti.
Well, I know earlier this spring you worked on an operation. I don't know if you named the operation, but tell us about that and how you were able to crack down on some of the gun possession and some of those who were the worst offenders as far as spray painting graffiti.
Sure, this was something that Chief DeRoos led. It was kind of a passion project of his. Gang graffiti is nothing new to Everett or Snohomish County in general. And Chief DeRoos recognized that some very public, traveled places were getting hit by graffiti, gang graffiti, frequently, places that kids go. One was, actually both were right across the street from parks in Everett that soccer camps and playgrounds and skate parks are at. So, you know, it affected a broad spectrum of our community. We also recognize that graffiti can be a little intimidating for community members, knowing that gang members are in that area and tagging fences. So we Chief DeRoos led this program of us going out and kind of showing our presence as a police department, our partnership with the community of recognizing that this is an issue. So we went and painted over a fence. The first one was on Casino Road in the 1100 block. So a handful of officers ranging from the officer level all the way up to the chief were out there painting, and it was a great experience. I think it really kind of showed the community our commitment to handling that issue with them.
Did you watch as some of the worst offenders came back and sprayed graffiti on it?
So one of the cooler parts of this operation that I appreciated the chief recognizing is I told him when he pitched it to me, I said, Chief, you know they're going to tag it probably that night. You know, it's that prolific of a spot that we know that gang members are always out there at night tagging it, and he recognized that. So we set up a variety of different cameras and other technology in the area to try and catch those offenders that keep coming back, those gang members that keep tagging this fence in that community area. So we did put a few cases on some known gang members that tagged the fence after we painted over it.
You recovered some firearms too, I believe.
We did. So over the next few months, we built a few cases out on these known gang members, and I think we're at a total of 5 firearms off of a few different groups, a few different gangs, which is great to, you know, kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, if you will, of doing this great community outreach, but also target these gang members and get some guns off the street at the same time is pretty awesome.
You know, when the average person sees a gang tag, it just looks like random letters or symbols, but it's so much more. Are these tags communicating among gangs?
They sure are. You know, I mentioned that we've got a long history of these tags in the area and in the county. We have multiple cases where taggings have led to shootings, have led to homicides. And that's why I always try and communicate to community groups and neighborhood meetings that this may seem like just some spray paint or a low-level crime, but it can lead to so much more. Like you mentioned, some of the tags can be gangs trying to claim turf and say that this is our area. Some of the tags are more pointed and disrespectful the rival gangs. Those are the ones we really see some violence coming from. Sometimes the gang or the tags can show 2 gangs are clicking up or forming an alliance. So it's certainly a way for them to communicate. I talk about it as like almost a billboard between the gangs as what this graffiti is.
Does the law need some more teeth to punish the offenders?
You know, I've talked to so many homeowners and business owners that are getting their fences or their, the sides of their buildings tagged over and over again, and it's very frustrating to them. I know, speaking to them, they feel like the law needs more teeth. I can say again, I've said it a few times, graffiti and malicious mischief, which is typically what this amounts to, is a misdemeanor. It's a very low-level crime. So I think the community, the people I've talked to, and in my opinion, it has more weight. It brings more weight than just a little bit of property damage.
All right, Sergeant Dave Sinex with the Everett Police Department. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.
Sergeant Sinex tells us if you do see someone tagging, it is worth calling 911. As for the proposed ordinance in Everett, City Council is expected to vote on that August 20th. We'll keep you posted.